Hello and welcome to the final build-up of the Game Week 4 to the Late Winner Show. Welcome to the FPL segment of our show. So how are you guys feeling for this weekend?
I'm very excited
Finally,
just for one of the matches.
how
Just to see
and
Ronaldo on the pitch playing in
ex,
English Premier League. That's it.
ex,
That's the
exactly.
whole excitement for the weekend. That's it.
Yeah, that's the biggest match fixture on Saturday. So that's something which we all are looking forward to, and hopefully we see him make his debut against Newcastle, and Ole doesn't do any uh, weird antics, and we don't get to see him. So that's that's something which we definitely like to see. So
Yeah. Otherwise,
yeah, let's
Ole is in for a lot of abuse from the 20% of FPL owners.
absolutely. Let's start right away, Rishabh. Let's talk about our team for this weekend, which we want to get into.
Yeah, I think let's just look at the fixtures first. I think as I think already you mentioned about the biggest game that we have, which is Man United versus Newcastle, and then against obviously we have Chelsea, Villa, and Leeds, Liverpool, which we are excited about those games. And I think even Leicester and Man City, that is one of the games that we are looking forward to. How Leicester respond, because they've not been very clinical in the first few games. So yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit biased also, but I think in the last 2 seasons I've always enjoyed Leicester and Man City matchups as well, and that is one of the big matches apart from Ronaldo's second debut, I must say. So that is something which I look forward to, because I think Vardy has always had great week or a great run against City, and always has been able to penetrate through the uh, Guardiola's defenses as well. So that is something which I would really enjoy to watch. And I think
And we
I
should
think
keep
in
in
terms of
mind we
yeah,
should keep in mind that the two of the first two goalkeepers are not playing for City as well this weekend.
absolutely, yeah, and like mentioned yesterday also, like I mean, most likely Scott Carson is the one who will be playing that match. But I think in terms of captaincy picks as well, I think Vardy is one of our choices as well, because I think of his strong performances he's had in the past against City.
Mhm. Yeah, and just before we do the team reveal, I think we can just give us a little bit of a shout out as well. I think we're doing pretty well in Fantasy Premier League. Overall rank about 150,000, and I think we're about 50 points, or I guess 50 or 60 points away from the top spot. So that's not a lot behind, given what our objective is for the season to get in the top 50. I think we're doing pretty well, given the first 3 game weeks of the of the Premier League. So yeah, let's just start with the team reveal. I think we have goalkeeper Sanchez from Brighton. We haven't made. I think we have. So for us, we haven't taken a wild card. So pretty much the team remains the same. We've done a couple of transfers, which we'll reveal later. So Sanchez remains our goalkeeper for this week. Then we have Shaw, Veltman, and Alexander-Arnold as our defenders. Shaw and Alexander obviously keep their places in our squad, because obviously they have Shaw has a Newcastle at home and Leeds away. Given what given what United did to Leeds, I think I'm expecting kind of a similar pattern for Leeds against Liverpool as well. I think, and their last fixture also ended up a 4-3 at Liverpool. And then Veltman, obviously, I think he's back. I think I saw 𝗕𝗏𝗧𝗏 getting subbed off, who plays as a right wing back. So Veltman probably gives us the points now that we need some. I think we we kept him in the teams from right from the game week 1, but he hadn't played a single minute except for those last 25 minutes on game week 3. Coming to the midfield, I think we have Mahrez, Salah, Traore, and Benrahma. So Traore is one a change that we made for Dele Alli from last week. Mahrez, obviously, why we've kept Mahrez right now. Obviously, he has had Pep's obviously keeping him in the subs. So, but Jesus is probably not going to play this game week because of the COVID situation that had been going on in South America games. So Mahrez retains his place in our squad. Salah obviously is a no-brainer for us. He keeps his place as well. And then 𝗕𝗏𝗧, as I mentioned, is a new addition. I think we've already covered a lot for Wolves players in the watch list and the differential video. So please go check out that as well, what we spoke about Wolves. But we keep telling that they have a really, really good run of fixtures. So 𝗕𝗏𝗧 comes into our squad. And 𝗵𝗏𝗓 again, how can you remove 𝗵𝗏𝗓, because he's doing so well and he's been returning every week that he's been playing in the Fantasy Premier League. Coming to the forwards, obviously the biggest name, Ronaldo, is in the squad. He's the captain. And then we have Antonio. There is no need for removing Antonio. Same situation as 𝗵𝗏𝗓. He's been giving points galore for us in the Fantasy Premier League, or actually all the Fantasy Premier League managers who have Antonio. He is our vice captain as well. We had kind of a debate: should we keep Salah or Antonio as our vice captains? But we came up to Antonio just because of the fixture that they have. So I think we said that, if Salah was playing at or if Liverpool was playing at home, 2 leaves, then we probably might have captain Salah. Vice captain Salah. And then Dennis is again, I think he started from he was on our bench last week in Gameweek 3, so now he comes back into the squad for I think for Ivan Toney. So that's our playing 11. The defense doesn't. The substitutes doesn't change. Tsiimikas, Ayling, and Dele Alli are our substitutes. And then Foster. Obviously, we are still trying to find one transfer where we don't have to make any kind of transfers, where we can at least remove Foster and get a playing goalkeeper, because I'm pretty scared of having only Sanchez as my go-to goalkeeper for the entire season. So yeah, that does it. That's our playing 11 for Game Week 4.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a really strong team for us as well. I think I'm pretty confident that we'll be getting some good points, and hopefully, like Ronaldo will fetch some points to all the owners who are actually banking on him this week. So yeah.
All right.
I mean,
𝗕𝗏𝗧,
we're definitely going for a gamble. We're definitely going for a gamble with Ronaldo. Obviously, I think it's special to look at him, but at the same time, it's a little bit it becomes a little bit difficult as well to get him and get him into the first team right away from the get go. And hopefully, like I mentioned, hopefully Ole doesn't do anything fishy in that aspect and just fix him in the squad as well.
All right, I think that's our playing 11, and that was it. No, that's not it. So we have a wildcard episode. Obviously, you can see it from the title. We were going to discuss a wildcard. So coming to wildcard, I think a lot of our team members, or a lot of our actually, Fantasy Premier League managers, are having difficulty as to if they should take wildcards or they should activate their wildcards or not. We actually came up with 3 wildcard teams. Not that we are 3 people who are managing the FPL show from the Late Winner show, but we came up with different instances and said that, okay, let's make a team with Ronaldo, Kane, and Lukaku. Let's make a team with only Ronaldo, and let's make a team without Ronaldo. So we kind of came up with different permutations and combinations. We came up with 3 wildcard teams. We also kind of tweeted, earlier today, that share us the teams that you've been making with the wildcards. We did get one response at least, so thank God for that, from 𝗕𝗃𝗧. So we are going to evaluate his team as well and maybe give him some recommendations. So first wildcard team coming up. Rohil, you want to take care of this?
Yeah, sure. I think for goalkeeping, in terms of goalkeeping options, we wanted to have Sanchez and Raya. I think looking at the fixtures for both the players, I think you can when you look at the run of fixtures in the next 10 games itself, you'll see that they have both either one of them will have an easy fixture. So it becomes an easier pick for not just banking on one keeper. You can actually keep on alternating between them. And I think Brentford has actually started really well. So I think that could really help us in the future as well. Rishabh, if you don't mind, would you like to share the screen with the viewers as well so that they can see what team we have right now?
Am I not showing the screen?
No.
No, we have not been sharing the screen.
Oh. That is a really, really bad boo-boo that I made. Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
So yeah, I mean, looking at the first team itself, and when you look at the defense lineup, I think one of the key aspects, like I mentioned yesterday during the differentials part of it as well, was we wanted to have one of the differentials was to include a Chelsea defender. So we started with Alonso because I think he'll be the one who is playing in a fullback or a wing back role at this stage. So he's making the runs up. If you look at his heat map, he is more involved in the attacks as well. Obviously, I don't want to consider too. I don't want to read too much into the Liverpool matches itself, because I mean you can just start to only focus on the first half of it. But I think he still had a strong performance, and I think a clean sheet is still in the works, or is still a possibility for Chelsea in the next couple of game weeks, which is against Spurs and Manchester City. Obviously, this week we have the match against Aston Villa, so I'm hoping that Chelsea will keep a clean sheet in that match. Second, obviously, Cresswell is again another no-brainer for us, because I think Cresswell has had a really strong uh, performance in the first three games weeks itself. So, and his stats actually prove that for us as well. I think Cresswell is again like a who's actually started. West Ham itself has started so strongly that I think we need to have one defender from West Ham itself. Uh, and then I think the other three options which we have are Ayer, Tanganga, and Cody. I think like we mentioned yesterday as well in our differentials episode as well. If you want, you can go back and revisit that episode. Uh, you can look at it, and I think having a Wolves defender is very important because of the way they're playing right now. And I think also one of the key aspects is that they do not leak too many goals. So having Cody as a defender is, I think, a really strong option for the coming game weeks, because I think the next five fixtures which they have are pretty much in the favor of Wolves right now. So right, even though they've lost all the matches 1-0, I think it's just a matter that they'll turn their fortunes around, and I think Cody would really start shining as well. Same goes for I think Tanganga. I think might not be a very strong pick at this stage for us. But Spurs has actually performed really well in the first three game weeks. But even though they've only won matches 1-0, they've not had. The thing is that they're looking very defensively very solid as of now. But again, they've not played against the first game week was I don't know if I want to read too much into it because of the way City played, or what the lineup which Pep actually played for against them. So that's something which you also need to consider. But I think Tanganga is still a strong pick for us, I think. And I think again, like Brentford has actually had really again might be repeating the same kind of things, but I think that Brentford has actually been performing really well, and they're looking defensively very solid. That's the most key aspect, I would say. The that is one of the key aspects which we wanted to actually pick a Brentford defender as well, who could actually turn out to be a very big differential compared to any other of the picks which we have had right now. Because I don't believe a lot of people are actually are considering having Brentford defenders or Brentford players in their team right now, because of only seeing them for the last three game weeks itself. Focusing on the midfield right now, we have Jota, we have Trincao, we have Torres, Rafinha, and Benrahma. Again, like I mentioned, Benrahma, I think most of the people right now have in their teams. Benrahma has been performing really well in the first 3 weeks, and his partnership with Antonio is actually really it's becoming I feel it's becoming the Kane and Son kind of a relationship right now, and I think they're really teaming up well for West Ham, and they're really creating a lot of damage for the opponents. Uh, Rafinha again, even though Rafinha has not had a lot of impact as of now in the Premier League, the Leeds fixtures again are very much in the favor for Rafinha to actually start performing. So I think Rafinha, like last year, was one of the key players, I think, for all of us who actually had him in their teams. So he actually gave us a lot of points in the team itself. So I think, looking in the long run, I think Rafinha will be a great pick. And considering the wild card where you want to actually have a more balanced team as of now, I think Rafinha definitely uh, fits that bracket for us. Torres again has started really well, so Torres has been doing really well, and I think Pep trusting him on his finishing abilities just shows that actually right now Torres is one of the key players actually from City which you need to pick in your teams because of the way the City have been playing, or the way Pep has actually structured his team as of now. So Torres actually is a very valuable input player in anyone's team right now. Considering no one knows any other City players who will be starting week in and week out other than Ruben Diaz, I would say. So I think Torres is another fantastic pick to have, and given that for Liverpool, I think Jota becomes a no brainer for us right now because of the front lineup which we have. So I think since we can't have Salah in this lineup itself, we wanted to have Jota because I think now that Firmino is injured, Jota will be the one who will be starting on a regular basis for at least a couple of game weeks. So Jota will definitely be the key player for them, and I think he actually has already scored 2 goals. So I think Jota would also be very valuable, just like Torres is playing the role of a false nine, or so I think Jota would also do the same things. Uh, Trincao again is bit of a wild bet for us. I would say, based on his reputation, I would say he's a fantastic player, where I've seen him play in Barcelona as well. And I think again, like I mentioned, Wolves have a very easy string of fixtures. Trincao playing on the wings could actually be of a big influence in the squad itself. Uh, talking about our front three, I think it's Ronaldo, Kane, and Antonio. I don't know if I need to actually give you any kind of explanation on why we're picking these players, because all three are proven match players right now, and Antonio, obviously based on his form right now, you already know that in the team itself his value is 7.7, which means his valuation has already gone up to 7.9, which means, I mean, you can just understand how big of a player he's becoming. I think his ownership has already gone up to 50% right now. It just shows that actually people cannot miss out on having him in the team as well. So you have to have him in the team. So it's just that right now in any of the wildcard teams, I think anybody who's not actually backing Antonio as of now is making a very very big gamble as of now. So, and again, Ronaldo and Kane, even though they've not had any string performances yet, uh, it's again like we wanted one of the wildcard teams, or one of the wildcard options to actually fit Kane and Ronaldo in the team itself. So now let's move to Saurabh, and actually you can cover the second possibility for the wildcard teams as well.
Yeah. So just like the previous team, this also is more heavily focused on having a good good forwards. So Kane and Ronaldo, just like the previous team, these two are there. Now we have tried to, with this team, what we have tried to do is we have tried to draft Lukaku in also, but I don't think it's a wise idea. People would want these three combination because they have the capability of scoring a lot number of goals. But just to bring to everybody's notice, Ronaldo, when United's fixture get tough, Chelsea's fixture get easy. So the more wise option would be to have Antonio in your team and then switch Ronaldo once United fixtures come, and then once United fixtures become tough, and then Chelsea's fixtures become easy, you can have Lukaku. It will be a like for like replacement, plus you'll save an extra 1 million. That is there. Because of the front three that we have, as you see, we don't have a very good mid. We Of the formation with this team that I would go with, would like the three players that are there in the front will be there: Jota, Torres, Rafinha, and Gray. These four will be in the mid that I would play with this particular team. Torres again is playing as a false number 9 for City, and Guardiola will be using him in that position for sure. Jota, with these three, with the front three that we have right now, we cannot have Salah also. So Jota is again a very good option because Firmino is injured. He is currently nursing a thigh injury, and I'm not sure for how long he is out. So that is there. Rafinha, he will not be playing the next game. That I know because of the COVID restrictions, COVID protocols that are in place. But since we are taking the wildcard, Rafinha is one of the players to have in your team, just because, as Roel mentioned, that fixtures for Leeds is very easy. Demarai Gray, again, this player, Everton doesn't have a very tough run of fixtures, and Demarai Gray in the first three matches, he has shown a little bit of potential that what he can do. I think he scored 1 goal as well, and we can see more of him. I think this can be and the next 1 or 2 seasons can be the make or break seasons for him. That's what I believe for Demarai Gray. He has a lot of potential. Going back to the defense, but defense is not very ideal. But I would go with Cody, Tanganga, and Duffy for this particular game week, based on the fixtures that we have. Cody, again, Wolves defender, as Roel mentioned, needs to be there. Tanganga, the new Tottenham manager, has shown a lot of confidence in him, and he's playing over Doherty. So that is a plus point for him, and he has been rewarding the FPL managers who own him with good points as well. Duffy, Bright with Ayling. So the thing is, Ayling is not Leeds does not play a very defensive structure. So Ayling, I would not want to have as a defensive player, as one of the players in the defense. Ayer and Duffy can be switched based on the fixtures that they have. And coming back to the goalkeepers now, we have found goalkeepers who have when Sanchez has tough fixtures, Raya has easy. It's pretty well balanced in that respect. So whenever it's a fixture for Brighton, so Sanchez can be there. Easy fixture for Brighton, Sanchez can be there, or then Raya. I think Brentford, of all the 3 promoted teams, I think the defense, if you want players from the 3 promoted teams, I think Brentford is the way to go, and that's why we have Raya in our team. So that's pretty much it. This is a very attacking team that we have, but there are various different FPL managers who wants just these 3 with the star lineup that they have in the front, and they can expect a number of goals.
Yeah, the only thing that I'll mention, because a lot of discussions can happen about having a front 3 like this or not. The only point I'll make is, you can have Kane, Ronaldo, and Lukaku. Yes, Ronaldo being Ronaldo, he can be a fixture-proof player, but at the moment we don't know that. So keep an eye on him, how he performs and how he's doing. So I think up until game week 8 is where you can keep Ronaldo in your team. But after that, I think all the tough fixtures against Chelsea, City, Liverpool, and Spurs come up. So that's going to be a tricky run. But given, just make sure that you see how Ole is actually setting up against the defending sides, who defends deeply. So see on that and decide whether to keep Ronaldo out after game week 7 or not. Yeah. So for the number 3 wildcard team that we have, I think I'll start from the goalkeepers. So we had Sanchez and Raya. I think most of us in the wildcard teams had Sanchez and Raya itself, because there was a really good combination of keepers play every game for their respective clubs. Now here you will see we have Lukaku up front, but you have 3 premium options in the name of Arnold, Salah, and Lukaku. Each each position has at least one has one premium option. So in this, I think we can obviously say that our defense looks pretty good, and given the number of fixtures, given the run of fixtures that the teams have after game week or starting from game week 4, Cresswell, Cody, even Alexander-Arnold, and then Christensen also in the next 3 weeks. I think their fixtures obviously turn a lot. So you are guaranteed a lot of returns from the defense as well. Cresswell obviously is in a lot of set pieces. Cody obviously plays a lot up front. Arnold, we all know he plays as a right back, and he's doing pretty good in the Liverpool shirt as of now. Christensen is getting a lot of bonus points from where he's playing at the moment. And Luke Shaw, we all know, I think we've discussed that in the past, he can become the new Marcelo for Ronaldo as well. So so we can have we can expect points from him as well. For Salah, I think Torres, obviously we explained why we picked Torres. Rafinha as well. Traore again for one of the squads. We've already picked Traore in our squads. Benrahma, there is no explanation required. He's giving us points, and given the fixtures that West Ham have, we definitely need to keep him. Same for Salah. Lukaku again, we've kept him just because with the way that he's performed in the last 2 game weeks, I think you can safely say that he might get a goal or 2 in the next 3 weeks as well. But what we're trying to do is get him for the longer run, which is mostly for game week 7 and beyond. And then Antonio obviously again he's been scoring goals left, right, and center, so no point in removing him as well. And then Dennis, that's like our budget forward for the third wildcard team. Yeah. And then let's, as I mentioned, we tweeted to share the teams with us. We got one response from Kshitij. Let's evaluate his team, guys. What do you think about it? Saurav, you want to go first?
I think Saurav, you're on mute. So
sorry, my bad. So I would not rate his team very highly. It's so the forward is good, no doubt about that. The forward is good, but again in the defense, if you see, Bergwijn will be playing for this weekend. We know Son is injured, but I still don't have confidence in Bergwijn, Murphy, or Brownhill. It's just based on the recent performances. Salah will be there, Benrahma. That leaves a big gap in the points that can be accrued from the midfield players. And again from the defense also, again Shaw and Robertson are the 2 players only who will definitely give you some points, that I believe. It's the way that Kshitij has picked up his team is actually he's invested a lot in the front, and that does not give him a lot of a good amount of money to have players in the back also. So technically there are 2 players only in the defense which can be in the team, which will give you points, but not the other 3. Marcel, again, we did mention that to have Wolves player, but I'm not sure how frequently Marcel is starting. Rather, if possible, you should have Nelson Semedo. If you have that 0.4 or 0.5, Nelson Semedo is a regular starter, or in place of that, you can have Cody as well, who is for 4.5. So in that case, just one replacement for Marcel for Cody, I think that can be a better team in the defense respect. But I don't expect much from the mid. There's nothing much to add in the mid. There's just Salah and Benrahma.
Yeah. Even for me, I think, again, as I mentioned, that Ronaldo, Lukaku shouldn't be in the same team as of now, because I've seen the fixtures beyond game week 7 as well. Game week 7, as we mentioned already, the fixtures turn. Then game week 13, again, the fixtures turn. So the Chelsea fixtures become tough, and then United fixtures become easy. And United fixtures actually become easy for a longer time. For about, I think, 14 to 15 game weeks, they don't have any of the top 6 they have like that finished last. In the last season, they don't play any one of them in the after the game week 13. So that's something to look into. I would suggest to remove Lukaku as of now in this team, just because he has Salah. If you want to keep Ronaldo and Lukaku, probably get rid of Salah, because I see a lot of premium options in there. So you see like Lukaku, Ronaldo, Salah, Shaw, Robertson. That's probably not giving you a very balanced team. And also, I know Kshitij Sharma very well. He has already activated his wildcard. This is not a draft, so that's what and given what his position is at the moment in the FPL, I wouldn't have actually recommended him. Actually, he actually used a wildcard, but just because he has used it, I would probably look to remove Lukaku and get a budget forward. or remove Salah and get Jota in place of that, so that you can have at least a little bit of a balanced midfield. I don't think Bergwijn is going to give you as many points as you're expecting. And same for Shaw and Robertson. I would like to see how Robertson performs after his injury. And yeah, otherwise I would probably go, if you have another 0.5 or if you can make something, I would probably still go for Alexander-Arnold. Roel, what about you?
Yeah, I don't think I have much to add in this aspect, but yeah, I mean if I were to say think about his approach, I think he's banking on first of all, he's actually banking on Ronaldo being the proven match winner, and like you mentioned, like the fixture proof word which you used. I think he's banking on that for Ronaldo right now. So I think if you look at Salah, Ronaldo, and Lukaku, I think all three of them combined actually could give you around 35 to, sorry, not 35. 35 is a very conservative number or a very low number. I think I would say like at least like 60 goals between these three players. I think if you say that all three of them are able to score 20 goals each, which I think is quite a possibility. I mean, Salah will definitely do that. Lukaku should be able to do that given the way he started. I think I'm confident on that aspect as well. And I would be shocked if Ronaldo doesn't get 20 goals. So I mean, looking at the team itself, we can looking at this itself, you can say, barring any injuries, obviously for all three of them, I think 60 goals is a very decent, fair, conservative number to assume that all three of them will combine give you 60 goals between. So I think in terms of giving 60 goals itself, you have a lot of points coming for them itself. So I think that I think might be one of the mindsets which actually Kshitij is going for, and like he's actually, like one of our wildcard prediction teams was to go for a attacking mindset of a team. That's exactly what I think Kshitij is also going for, and I think that it could prove to be a good team as well. And I mean, obviously, like I mentioned, Antonio has to be in the team. He has him in the team as well. Benrahma, obviously, those are the proven players who have actually been doing really well and whose values are continuously going up. So right now, removing them is like shooting at yourself in the dark itself. So it's not a good thing to remove those players right now. So having them also is working for him. Obviously, I mean, when you pick three players who are all above 11.5, you're looking at a team which is will have defensive vulnerabilities, obviously. So I think it's fine. I think he still managed to at least have three defenders in the team who can actually give you points on a regular basis. They might not give you week in and week out, but or overall in a consistent perspective, I think they will give you, or they will fetch you the points. So I think I would still say that it's fairly a decent team. It's not a bad team. I would say it's like I would rate his team at this stage like a 7 on 10. I think there are obviously a few tweaks here and there which he can give, so I think yeah, that's something which he can go for. So yeah, I think I'm confident that his judgment is not very off. I think even if I was to go with his approach, this is something of a similar team I would have gone.
I wouldn't rate 7 on 10 this team, and I think the team that he showed me in the morning, I think I would have rated him 6 on 10. But this team, I think he gets it 5. I think I don't really see any if all these players have an off day, his rank will plummet like crazy, and he will never be able to recover.
But
that's the thing.
That's something which can happen to anyone on any given day. Like
no, that is there. But you're taking. But what I'm saying is that you take
his team is not well balanced. If one of the players does not perform, he's literally out of the race, which he currently is in. He's out of the race. I know he's running that risk, but again, the position that he is in currently, he should have a more balanced team so that if one of the players does not perform, the others is there to cover that part up.
So he's already mentioning guarantee 70. I think it's a little bit of over ambition, but I don't think it's going.
I'm not saying these three, but I think Lukaku, Ronaldo, and Salah at least have 60 goals between them. So I mean he's not very off on his judgment based on the previous performances they've all had in the league itself. I mean 60 goals is not something which he's giving on a out of the whim. I think it's it's a number which is very much achievable for all three of them combined. So I mean, I would be I wouldn't be surprised right now. Obviously, one of the United fans is being very conservative about Ronaldo, but I think he actually expects him to score at least 25 goals. One of our pundits who's sitting right here with the mic and his headphones on. I think there's definitely he's expecting him to score at least 25 goals. I mean, the inner voice actually is speaking that. I mean, I know that right now he doesn't want to admit it, but I'm confident that he actually expects that.
I don't make bold predictions on our podcast. Sorry.
Yeah, because of the cursed podcast, the late winner show curse, I think we've stopped making the bold predictions or any kind of predictions. So
let's move. Let's end the show.
Yeah, I think anyway, I think we've anyway gone overboard right now. So I think let's end the show right here, and I think get back together on next week for the game week 5, and obviously let's see if our predictions are actually going in the direction we want or not. Just a reminder to everyone, please remember to join the FPL show, late winner FPL show. You can see the codes flashing on the screen. We'll have the links in the descriptions. This is the last week we'll be having the open entries. We do not have any prizes or any giveaways right now, but if we see a lot of strong participation, definitely we'll start thinking about it from next season onwards. So do share it with as many people as you can, even if you've already joined it. So remember to have those kind of give us a shout out as well in your groups as well. So yeah, and do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Follow us on the social media handles, and yeah, let's looking forward to Ronaldo's debut, second debut, and obviously, hopefully we see a goal fest, and obviously I hope that our team actually does well. So thank you guys, and good night.